nothing changes.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome into the Rockstarflipper YouTube channel. So it is Thursday and I do have a live show going tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Link will be down below if you want to join us, but I wanted to touch on a subject that just came up in the past week. And if you don't know about it or you're not up to speed or haven't seen eBay's website, you saw it in my title. There is no eBay Open 2020. If you don't know what eBay Open is, yearly conference and gathering of eBay sellers. It's typically in Las Vegas. It has been for the last 4 years that I've been, I believe. And it was at Mandalay. Originally, it was at MGM. Anyways, thousands of people get together. There's conferences and workshops and talks, and it's just basically a networking and a learning and a little bit of partying experience in Vegas. You've probably seen my videos from past events the last couple of years, but there's not going to be one this year. And I got to be honest, after everything that's happened in the last 6 months, it's not surprising. And I kind of predicted this in some of our private chats between me and some of the other sellers like Katie and Vicky, Katie Zilberberg, Vicky, and Star and Keith and everybody. We kind of talked about this and we sort of saw this coming. So there will be no eBay Open. With that said, there is going to be some events called eBay Upfront, and they're all over the country. It is just a one night, couple hour gathering, kind of a cocktail hour, networking, chat type thing. They'll be all over the city. In fact, I'll go over to my computer and I'll show you the calendar of events in just a second. There is one in Tampa on February 27th. It's at a place called Armature Works. If you are familiar with Tampa, Armature Works is an open air, inside outside market, bar, restaurant type area down on the water, right near the bay, right near Tampa Bay and downtown, Channelside District. It's not far from there if you're familiar. If you're not, go look up the address, you'll see it. It's very cool. I will be there. There are some reasons I didn't want to go, but I definitely don't want to disappoint anyone who may go and who may want to network or interact or ask questions. So I will 100% be there February 27th. We'll go over and look at that address and the time and everything in just a second. I believe there's ones in like Seattle and Denver and a bunch of other cities. Again, we'll look at it. But they are only a couple hours for one night. So it's better than nothing. eBay Open is a 3-day conference. You sleep in the hotel, you get up, you go downstairs. Totally awesome. But they're just not going to have it. And there's a lot of reasons. I think without having a permanent CEO, it makes it tough. I think with all the changes eBay's undergoing, that makes it difficult to try to plan a multi-million-dollar 3-day event in Las Vegas. They have to transport all of their employees and get hotels and set up speakers and get sponsors. And it's just a lot of work to have done by July. It's typically in the last week of July. So I think that those all played a part in the reason. It's expensive to put on a conference like that. They sell tickets, even at $300 or $400 a ticket times 5,000 people. You're only talking about $1.5 million, $2 million in income. These, plus sponsorship money, maybe $2.5 million, $3 million worth of income they bring in. It costs way more money to rent out the Mandalay Bay for 3 days, to have all the food for 5,000 people, to have the speakers, to pay for travel, to transport all of your eBay equipment, to set up, to pay for people to be there 5 and 6 days to set up and take down, all the employees' hotel rooms, all of their food, all of the spending, way more. So they're definitely losing money on conferences like that. At least in my opinion, they probably are. So that's all a big part of why they wouldn't have it. With that said, before we go check at the list of events and dates and times, some people asked me if I could make up for it, sort of maybe having my own meetup conference 2-day event somewhere. And the answer to that is I would love to. I would absolutely love to. With eBay Upfront being right now in February, I have a vacation planned sometime in like August, September, maybe September, October, probably September, end of September, October. We haven't booked it yet, but we're about to pretty soon, I would suppose. Coming up, I'm talking about it with a few of my friends to try to get dates. So I don't know that I'd be able to do it then. And then over the summer, like June and July is really hot. And, to ask everyone to go to Vegas when it's not eBay Open is kind of unreasonable. I could do something here in Florida and Orlando, which is a big tourist area. And I think a lot of people would love to have. So what I'm thinking and what I'm contemplating and planning is maybe in June or July, I do something here in Orlando, which would give everyone on the East Coast, a chance to come to Orlando if they wanted. If they live on the West Coast, a lot of people have kids. Maybe they could plan that Disney World vacation and make it out to Orlando. Thinking maybe I do like a 2-day event, like maybe a Saturday and a Sunday, and we rent one of the Orlando resorts, maybe Gaylord Palms or one of the Disney resorts. We rent it for Saturday for 4 or 5 hours and Sunday for 4 or 5 hours. This is all way above my normal experience level. So let you guys put in the comment section what kind of ideas, what do you think is reasonable? I would love to do a meetup where everyone is just kind of responsible for their own travel and hotel. And then, I don't want to, I've seen people charge for tickets to hang out. I'm not really interested in making money and charging people for tickets. The only concern that I have is that we do have a cost involved in renting the location, and then everyone's gonna have to eat, drink, whatever. I've always been kind of the person that's like, if we have an event, just show up and order your own food and drink and pay for yourself. Like, I'm not interested in charging people for tickets and all that, obviously beyond just covering whatever costs there are. I'm not interested in all that. So I'd be happy to do the logistics, renting the place, scheduling it, signing my name on it, setting up, whatever we need cost wise to have the event, and then everyone just pays for their own travel and hotel and their food and drink and all that stuff. So with that said, put it down in the comments. Let's hear your recommendations. I'm really leaning towards either an Orlando or maybe a Miami, but Miami tends to be really expensive and not as family friendly. It's more adult friendly. I like Miami, but it's not really that way. Steve Rakin just moved from Rakin Profit, just moved to Miami, so he could probably make the Orlando one. Tons of people could make it, and it's kind of in the center of Florida. So let's hear it. But in the meantime, let's jump over to the computer and check out the list of events for the official eBay Upfront sponsored, meetups is what they're called. Upfront meetups, hangouts, whatever. Let's go over and check them out.
Okay, so here we are on my eBay, and it's just under the community board, and I'll link this down below. But you can just scroll down, and it says eBay goes on the road in 2020 to meet you where you are. It says this year marks eBay's 25th anniversary. As our business has evolved, our focus has too. Our sellers are spread out across all corners of the U.S., and in 2020, we're committed to making it easier to connect with each other and with us. Rather than hosting eBay Open and asking you to take time away from your business, this year we're hitting the road to meet you in your neighborhoods. We're now providing more ways for sellers to connect with one another and eBay employees. I'm excited to announce a number of new opportunities to do just that. eBay Upfront. Last year, we met nearly 1,000 sellers at eBay Upfront events across the U.S. Given the success of these events, we're doubling the number of cities we will visit in 2020. Join us for an evening of the latest selling news, guidance, and inspiration in your local city with executive presentations, seller panels, and roundtable discussions in 3 hours well spent. I can guarantee you won't leave empty-handed. You can register now at the Seller Center events page, which I'll go over to in just a second. eBay community events run by longtime eBay sellers. These local events are one of the best ways for fellow sellers to learn from one another and improve their business, featuring up-to-date presentations, workshops. They're powerful opportunities to meet people in your community who do what you do, run a business on eBay. Plus, eBay executives from across the organization will occasionally be on hand to meet the sellers at eBay's core and hear what's on their mind. Check out a complete list. Seller visits. We truly understand how sellers operate, what they need from eBay. We know we need to see them in their business environment. This year, employees from across eBay will be fortunate enough to visit dozens of sellers where they work and learn, and seller town halls. We'll stream live to your computer or mobile device, so you don't need to go anywhere to hear the latest eBay updates. Okay, so the basic one, these seller visits and seller town hall, not really for most of us. eBay community events is basically put on by people like myself or somebody else, and whoever, you could put one on in your city and just have meetups. But the eBay Upfront is the one done by actual eBay people. And so if you click this events page, it's going to bring you over here. And we have the eBay seller events. And so it says the upcoming events, right? And so it shows you the next ones. So eBay community event in Bellevue, Michigan, eBay community event in Central Florida, eBay community event in Portland, and eBay community event in Atlanta. So these are all put on by people, like everyday people like us. So then we scroll down and we have the actual eBay up front. This is eBay's actual meetup. So the next one is the 27th. That is a Thursday in Tampa. That's here. I will be here at this one. You can register. It's $20 and they give it back to you in a gift card. So that's pretty cool. I'll use it for supplies. So no harm, no foul. This is going to be event takes place from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. Registration is 20. We'll reimburse you for your registration fee, shipping supplies, and swag. Pretty cool. So Armature Works, 1910 North Ola Avenue, Tampa, Florida, 33602. That is downtown on the water. It is right past the Channelside District. You'll take Channelside Drive if you're not familiar and make a right onto Kennedy, and you'll take Kennedy up to Florida Avenue and make another right. So Channelside Drive past the cruise ports, make a right and then another right, and Armature Works is up kind of just right there as you dead end into the water. There is parking. Parking's like $5 depending on the night. I've paid anywhere from like $3 to $10 for parking at Armature Works. There's valet as well, so you will see me there 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. and you can just click to register. The one after that is March 12th in Detroit, Michigan. Again, that's going to be at the Garden Theater at 3929 Woodward Avenue. Then we have one April 2nd in Austin. We have Toronto. Is it Weehawken, New Jersey? At the Enview Autograph Collection. Not familiar with that. Okay, we have Seattle, Denver, San Jose, Chicago, and Phoenix on November 12th. So these are all throughout the year. The July 30th in Seattle would have been when the normal eBay Open would have been. That's at Soto Park. Not familiar with that, but there you go. There's the list of them. I will be, again, at this Tampa one, which is conveniently enough, February 27th, the first one, at Armature Works in North Ola Avenue in Tampa. So I'll see all of you there, hopefully, and make sure you go register before it gets filled up. I don't know if they sell out, not sure, but that's it. So no eBay Open. That's the news. These upfronts will be, kind of cool meetups. They're nothing compared to what eBay Open is, but unfortunately, I kind of saw that coming. And please leave it in the comment section about me having an Orlando 2-day event or something along those lines. What kind of cities, locations, places. Also, if you're one of the people, I had 2 people reach out to me that are event planners and party planners and conference planners. If it was one of you guys that reached out to me, and young lady, please email me and let me know, because I have it in my email, but it's going to take me forever to scroll back and find. I may need your assistance for this. Hopefully I can do it, but otherwise I might need some help. So please contact me and I'll let you know if I need you. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for watching as always. I hope you have a wonderful Thursday night. Join us for the live show linked below, and I'll also link this event calendar below as well. I'll see you guys at 9 p.m. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and thank you so much for watching.